Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program will start in 1 minute. Good afternoon and welcome to Georgia Military College for an extraordinarily special event. My name is Colonel Amy Lee and I proudly serve as the principal of the prep school, and I have the pleasure of serving as your Master of Ceremonies today. Today, September 10th, kicks off our Patriot Week, and we couldn't imagine a better way to make a splash than with someone who is known not only for being a true visionary in the world of art, but shares an unmistakable desire to celebrate the American spirit. Years ago, when the Center of Leadership was just a concept, there was one idea, one item of decor the team knew would help tie this building together. Not just a decoration, but something that would make a statement. It would be a piece of art, but this piece of art wasn't going to just hang in the lobby as a decoration. If we could secure that one special artist and create the right piece of art, it could raise funds, create sustainment, and help future generations for years to come. It would be a legacy gift. And I can tell you that even though we all haven't seen the painting yet, it's already doing that. Known for his vibrant flair, use of color, bold strokes, and deep passion for history, Steve Penley was the one. During his visit to GMC at the end of last school year, we showed him our campus, introduced him to our students, and showed him our mission through our own visuals to give him an idea of how he might be able to create his own expression of what we believe. He agreed to commission a special piece of art on the spot to capture moments in time and to bring them to life as only Steve Penley can. Each of his creations is not just a visual experience, but a shared journey through values, leadership, and stories that define America. Today, we get to share that vision with you. Before you came in, we hope you were able to get a pamphlet that describes our art piece, titled At Our Core. If you didn't grab it, there's a QR code you can scan that gives you an overview of the pieces and some of their symbolism. Mr. Penley is going to come on stage and share some of his creative processes with you right after he unveils the piece. But today we would like to begin our unveiling with the singing of our national anthem. Please stand and place your hands over your hearts as Cadet Kaylee Bell, Millie Gray Chapman, J.C. Hartzog, Maddox Rayburn, and Major Jenny Morris lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars to the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does
You all may be seated. At this time, we would like to show a short video on the process of the making of At Our Core. I'm sorry, there is no video. Just kidding. Maybe we'll make a video and show it to you later. Now for the moment we have all been waiting for. We are about to unveil something truly spectacular, but before we reveal At Our Core, we need your help. If any of you had me as a teacher, you would know that I love an interactive classroom, so I see a lot of students in the crowd, and I see a lot of special guests in the front. So we're actually going to count down. So when I say I want you to get involved, I don't just mean kind of. I really want to hear your voices. So we're going to count down from 5, so we're making it very simple for you. So we're going to count from 5 all the way to 1, but I need you to help me, okay? Thumbs up. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We are thrilled to welcome home At Our Core to Georgia Military College. I'm Joby Shields. I'm the Associate Vice President of Communications and Government Affairs here at GMC, and we have an exciting opportunity to talk to the artist himself, Mr. Steve Penley, today. So please join me in a big bulldog welcome for Mr. Steve Penley.
Thank you. Thanks. I love an applause. I don't get that very much.
Mr. Penley, please join us over here. This is truly magnificent.
Thank you.
I mean, it captures the essence of who we are at Georgia Military College.
I'm glad.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So tell us, what went into this piece? What was the creative process for coming up with these two things here today?
Well, the first part of the process was just seeing the school when they invited me over here. And it's an amazing campus, and like I was telling somebody, somehow I was oblivious to this whole thing growing up because I'm from Macon, and I was in Millersville a pretty good bit. I don't know how I overlooked it, but it's an amazing building, but I was oblivious to a lot of things when I was in high school. But I mean, just the architecture alone was, really inspiring, and then really the people that invited me over and led me around were such great people, and also they had me very overrated, as they still do, and I like that too about them. So I think they might have read some press clippings that I wrote myself about myself. So, but no, I'm very grateful, and I appreciate them giving me the honor of doing this. It's a lot of responsibility, and they gave me a book of the history of the school and a lot of the background, and so that helped along the way. And so it's a pretty easy thing to get inspired by, and it fits into what I do anyway, which is, I consider what I do Americana, and so I think we live in the greatest country in the history of civilization, and for anyone to not recognize that, I don't know. You're as oblivious as I used to be, but not you personally, the ubiquitous you. But I really do believe this stuff. Some of my friends say, "Oh, come on, Steve, you're just doing this for money." I'm not. I really believe in everything I say. I believe in the men that go out and fight for us so we can be free, for my children to be free, and it really is an amazing thing, and that I never take for granted. And and also I'm glad that there's people as professional and together as these guys, because I'm not professional and together at all. So I'm kind of a train wreck of a person sometimes.
I don't think so.
Yeah, comparatively. So, but anyway, I'm honored to be a part of it, and to be asked by this school to do this painting is a huge honor to me. And I'm not even just saying that; it's actually true.
Well, we appreciate that, and it's a huge honor for you to do this piece for us.
Thank
I
you.
think it's obvious that our values here at Georgia Military College align with your personal values.
Right.
So
right.
what were some significant pieces?
I like people that agree with me on everything.
Well,
They're the only people I talk to.
We'll do that all day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, what were some significant pieces that stood out from when you were kind of telling the story of At Our Core? What were some significant things that stuck out to you that you really wanted to make sure that
Well,
you
the main thing is
included?
the gate, the front, the gate, the two gates, they're such great icons too. And, I've never noticed those before either, all those years of riding around Milledgeville, delivering pianos and stuff. But it's, but that's a pretty spectacular entrance on its own. And then I love this, the small football field, it's a little bit smaller than Sanford Stadium, so you can actually feel like you're a part of it. And, there's so many things everything about the school, the physical property itself is just, it's a real piece of history. It almost doesn't even seem real in a way. So that, and wait, what was the question? I can't remember.
I think you answered it.
I did? Okay.
You know,
It's a good
significant
thing.
pieces, the gates
I
really
can't remember what I
stuck
was
out to
answering.
you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that.
Well, I think that speaks to something you said you've been through Milledgeville 100 times and have never noticed the gates, and I think that you've really brought to life so many things about Georgia Military College that we often take for granted.
Right.
And I really think that
Well, sometimes you have to see it from the outside, I guess.
you do, absolutely. And I think that's been cool for us too, because you've pulled out things that we look at every day and have never noticed the beauty of it, and you've really brought that to life.
Yeah.
How do you think that this aligns with your style of paintings? I mean, I
It's
see
it's a little bit of a switch
it
because
is.
whenever you take a bunch of things and put it all in one big canvas, you got to tighten up a little bit, and you got to make it look like something. And so if I use my normal brush strokes and style, it would look like a bunch of mush, probably, because it would be scattered. So I had to really tighten up and be reasonably realistic, and so that's a little bit different from me. And it's actually work too. I usually try to avoid hard work, but so it was a task, but it was worth it. And but that's the main difference, is the lack of broad brush strokes and abstraction. So, and that's all I can think of really that's different. Other than that, the themes and the subject in this painting were a lot more in line with what I normally do, more than any other commission probably. So I think that explains pretty much. It's just the subject matter itself is just like what I do.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, it's beautiful, and I know that
Thank
people
you.
are so excited to see them finally hung up. How do you hope that viewers here will engage with this piece? What do you want them to take away from looking at this artwork?
how great Steve Penley is. I can't believe how awesome.
I don't think that'll be hard to do.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I hope it makes them proud of their school, and I hope it makes them realize the history of their school. I was just reading something about, the painting I'm doing now is for UGA, and one of the buildings that I had classes in all the time. I just found out it was built in 1785, and I found out all these little facts about UGA that I wish they had told us about when I was in school, all 9 years of it, but I still never knew. I still never really grasped the history of it, and it would have been a lot more fun to have known those things, but I was way too busy in college to be studying anything about the history of my college. So I was doing other things, no discipline, unlike you guys. But it was, no, but I wish I'd known the history of my school a lot more. And so when I see this school from the outside, that's the only thing I see is the history of it. And maybe there's some people here who don't really, they take it for granted, or how old it is and how long it's been here and the history it has with the country, and and even the city itself, being the first state capital, and I don't think I even knew that. So even though that shows what I learned in all those years and drive around Milledgeville in high school, but and that was the original governor's office.
Mm-hmm.
It's an amazing history.
Yeah.
And so this school is right at the center of everything.
Absolutely. And
So-
I mean, this is a great opportunity to teach our students about our history too, in probably a more fun and interactive way than
If it weren't
reading
for
in a
me,
book.
they would never learn anything about
Well,
it.
look, you've taught them something just through this.
What's that?
I said you've taught them something just through this. So
Yeah.
Well, we've got time for one more question, Mr. Penley. And you touched on this a little bit too, with the different brush strokes.
Right.
And how this was a little bit different than what you're typically used to. Was there anything else that was different about this piece that you noticed as you were kind of going along that really speaks to the whole thing, different from what you do, but kind of still in line with that personal style that you have?
Well, I'm trying to think what stands out is different. I like mixing in the letters with in the background too. That gave me a way to loosen things up a little bit too. What is different about this? I mean, I do paintings like this every once in a while that are a little bit tighter and a little bit, but.
What about the size of it? Did that play into any kind of factor for how you did things differently? I know you do typically
I do a lot of big
large
paintings.
works.
I do a lot of big paintings, and so I did have to split it in half just to get it back into the studio because my studio is so messy now. I can't get anything back there, and but the size of it wasn't a problem, but you got to cover a lot of footage eventually, so you got to do that. But no, everything in here is really kind of straight up the middle, compared to what I usually do. It fits in, especially with the subject matter. I love the gate, so I love the color guard and I love everything about it. The history of this place, and so I hope I represented it well.
Absolutely, the contrast of
it's
everything.
a lot of pressure though when you see.
Well, I'm sure.
When somebody walks up to you in a uniform with all these, medals and everything on it, I said, "Oh my God, if I screw this up,
That's right.
there's a firing squad waiting for me."
Well, I think you've had a warm reception, so.
Yeah. Well, they're friendly so far, but
So fingers crossed it stays that way.
the night's young,
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Well, Mr.
So-
Penley, thank you so much. Let's give Mr. Penley a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great school there.
Than't you, sir.
All right, I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Thank
So-
you. It was great.
All right, it was good to see you.
Thank you, sir. This is great. Nope, you stay right here.
Stay? Okay.
You stay, sir.
Do I sing?
If you want to,
No,
you
I don't have any
can.
voice.
All
Oh,
right.
sorry.
Oh,
I didn't
it's
see you.
okay. Thank you so
All right. Scared me.
I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
have that effect on people.
All right.
All right, thank you for the time that you've spent with us today.
You're welcome.
And if you guys will please join me in one more round of applause for Mr. Penley.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you. I love that.
Well, and at this
Thanks.
time, we would actually like to present a gift to you as well, Mr. Penley.
Okay.
So,
I love a gift. Stand. Stay here? Okay. I would have come here just for the applause. Yeah. I definitely don't get that back home.
while they're bringing it out, not to build the anticipation, but one of our very own, Junior Natalie Jadal, painted a portrait for you to take back with you.
Okay. I'm honored. I appreciate it. I hope it's not of me, though. Oh, wow. Thank you so much.
It's wet.
So you're the, oh, it's wet?
Yes, sir.
That's like my paintings. They're always wet. So that is awesome. I appreciate it. Charlene, it's wet, just like my paintings are, every time. Oh. Thank you so much. So you're the artist?
Yes, sir.
Or you are?
Yes, sir.
So do you have any psychological issues like I do? Yeah. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No. What's that?
I have asthma.
That's not mental, though. That's not mental. So you actually look pretty normal, especially in uniform.
It
So
feels like an insult.
no, it's not. It's actually you're not like me. That's a compliment. So thank you. I'm very honored. I appreciate it. Should we get in front of the painting? So they can take a picture? Yeah. So yeah. Oh, we are. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thanks. Who's playing guitar?
Some guy on Pinterest.
Yeah, some guy on Pinterest. Yeah, that's where all my stuff comes from. It's Pinterest or Google. Yeah. If it weren't for that, I couldn't be an artist. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say that.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I told you I'm oblivious. I'm going to be signing the prints of this painting over there, on the table over there? Okay.
And we're going to have you sign the painting.
Right. Thank you for that, by the way. That's great.
And so at this time, Mr. Penley is actually going to sign the painting
Okay.
that is going to hang in the center of
If
leadership.
I can get down that low. I may not get back up. I've got some old man problems going on right now. So, thank you. Don't get too quiet or I'll screw it up. I've misspelled my name on several paintings before. So, let's see, it's P. It's very easy to misspell your own name if you do it over and over again. Well, for me anyway. All right. Thank goodness I spelled it right. Thank you. Thank you. So, I was nervous about it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as in tradition with all GMC ceremonies, I would like to ask GMC Prep School Cadet Caden Lloyd to lead us in our cadet prayer, prominently captured on the art at our core. Would everyone please stand and bow your heads?
Please join me in a word of prayer. Almighty God, General of all life's forces, Commander of nature, we praise thy holy name. Visit thy presence upon us in all former GMC cadets. Reinforce us in our quest for knowledge, integrity, and leadership. Instill in us humanitarianism and bless our enemy, whoever he might be. Extinguish from our daily lives greed and envy, and make us champions of right and ladies and gentlemen of honor. May we glorify thy name in victory and be courageous in defeat. Help us ever to think first of our comrades and secondly of ourselves and always of thee. Guide our footsteps and cleanse our minds. May we be first in the service of our country and first in thy service. Lead us, O Lord, that we might lead. Amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. In closing, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to each of you for joining us at this special occasion. In a moment, we are going to dismiss our students, but we wanted to give some instructions to those who will be staying for the At Our Core signing event immediately following dismissal. Anyone who pre-purchased a numbered print or who wishes to purchase a signed personalized print, please come to the steps to the left of the stage, and a member of our advancement team will direct you to the correct location. Anyone interested in purchasing only a signed print, members of our advancement team will assist you in the Pursley Gallery. Students, we're going to dismiss, but we're going to dismiss. Where is Colonel Rayburn and Colonel Deason? Dr. Deason. We're going to start. We'll dismiss this side, last 3 rows of students. If you look behind you, if you're the last 3, go ahead and go out that way, and this side you will exit those doors.